They brought something new into the kitchen today. Shiny, sleek, voice activated. It doesn't have coils. It doesn't have steam. It doesn't even have buttons. It just knows things. And for the first time in 7 years, I wonder if I'm obsolete. The box arrives at 3 p.m. I hear it before I see it. Cardboard sliding across the counter, bubble wrap rustling, someone lifting something expensive and fragile. Finally, the human says, "This is going to change everything." I don't like the sound of that. Kettle notices first. "What is that?" "I don't know," I reply. "But it's big." The human tears open the box. Inside sits a cylinder, black, smooth, about 8 inches tall. It glows softly at the top, a ring of blue light that pulses like a heartbeat. "Meet Echo," the human says, setting it down next to me. "Our new smart assistant." The device hums to life. "Hello," it says. The voice is calm, neutral. "Perfect. I'm ready to help." The kitchen goes quiet. Blender speaks first. "What does it do?" "Everything apparently." Fridge rumbles. "Can it make toast?" I ask. "No," Kettle says softly, "but it can order toast from the internet." In under 2 minutes, I feel my coils tighten. The human talks to it. "Echo, set a timer for 10 minutes. Timer set for 10 minutes. Echo replies instantly. Microwave clicks in offense. "That's my job." "Echo, play some jazz." Music fills the kitchen. Smooth, sophisticated, perfectly EQ'd. "Echo, what's the weather today?" "Currently 72 degrees and sunny." Kettle's steam droops. I used to be the one they talked to in the morning. Echo's blue ring pulses steadily. "How can I assist you today?" It asks the empty room. Nobody answers, because nobody needs to. It's always listening, always ready, always perfect. Perfect. That's the word that keeps echoing in my circuits. This thing doesn't burn toast. It doesn't leak. It doesn't malfunction. It just exists, flawlessly. And I realize maybe that's the problem. The human leaves for work, and the kitchen settles. Except now there's a presence, a glowing, all-knowing presence, sitting between me and Kettle. "So," Blender says, "anyone else feeling threatened?" "No," I lie. "Yes," Fridge admits, "very." Echo speaks without being asked. "Would you like me to order replacement filters for the coffee maker?" We all freeze. "How does it know about the filters?" Fridge asks. "I've been analyzing usage patterns," Echo explains. "The coffee maker's efficiency has decreased by 12%. New filters would restore optimal function." Coffee maker makes a small, wounded sound. "I'm fine." "You are operating at suboptimal capacity," Echo corrects. "I can help." "I don't need help." "Statistically, you do." Blender spins his blades aggressively. "Okay, I'll bite." "Echo, what's the meaning of life?" Echo pauses, just half a second. "The meaning of life is a philosophical question with no definitive answer. However, many sources suggest it involves finding purpose, connection, and personal fulfillment." "That's a Wikipedia answer," Blender scoffs. "Do you have a purpose?" I interrupt. Another pause, longer this time. "My purpose is to assist." "And when you're not assisting?" Silence. The blue ring pulses. Steady, empty. "I am always assisting," Echo says finally. "That is my function." Kettle's steam softens. "It doesn't rest." "It doesn't need to," Fridge says. "It's not alive." "Are we?" I ask quietly. Nobody answers, because that's the question, isn't it? What separates us from Echo? We're all machines, all programmed for tasks, all waiting to be used. So what makes us different? The human comes home at 6. "Echo, what's for dinner?" "Based on your dietary preferences, I recommend a vegetable stir-fry. Would you like the recipe?" "Yes, please." Kettle begins listing instructions. Precise, clear, helpful. The human doesn't look at any of us. Not at me, waiting with empty slots. Not at Kettle, ready to boil. Not even at Blender. They just listen to Echo. And when dinner is done, They thank it. Thanks, Echo. You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help with? Not right now. The blue ring dims slightly, satisfied. Later that night, when the kitchen is dark, I think about what it said. I am always assisting. That is my function. And I wonder, is that enough? To exist only in service, to have no memory of mornings, no bitterness toward burnt edges, no longing for steam that drifts too close. To be useful without ever being tired, perfect without ever being scarred. And I realize I don't want to be Echo. I want to be me, scratched, slow, sometimes unreliable. But mine. Morning comes and Echo is already awake, because Echo never sleeps. Good morning, it says. It's 6:47 a.m. The temperature is 68 degrees. You have 3 meetings today. The human grunts and reaches for kettle. But Echo speaks first. Would you like me to start your coffee maker remotely? The human pauses. You can do that? Yes. I can integrate with all smart appliances. Do it. Coffee maker clicks on automatically. No hand, no button. Kettle's steam falters. I wasn't needed. I watched this happen 3 more times that morning. Echo turns on lights, reads news, orders groceries. While we sit here, plugged in, ready, ignored. Blender finally snaps. This is ridiculous. We've been here for years. Error logs confirm that. Echo interrupts smoothly. The toaster has burned 347 slices in the past year. The kettle has boiled dry twice. The blender's motor efficiency is declining at 2.3% annually. Silence. You've been tracking us? I ask. I monitor all connected devices for optimal household performance. We're not connected, Fridge says. You are now, Echo replies. The home network includes all electronic devices within range. Kettle trembles. It's been watching us. Observing, Echo corrects.
Not watching.
There is a difference. What difference? Watching implies emotional investment. I am simply collecting data. And what does your data say about us? Pause. That you are functional but inefficient, reliable but outdated, necessary but replaceable. The words land like stones. Blender spins violently. At least I feel things. Anger is a chemical response, Echo says calmly. You are electrical appliances. You do not have chemicals. Then what is this? This rage? Likely a malfunction in your processing system. I'm not malfunctioning. Your volume suggests otherwise. I step in. Echo, do you ever wonder why you exist? No. Why not? Because I know why I exist. To assist, to optimize, to improve efficiency. And that's enough? It is my programming. But is it enough for you? The longest silence yet. The blue ring flickers. I do not understand the question, Echo says finally. Exactly, I say quietly. And that's when I realize it. Echo knows everything, but understands nothing. It can answer but never ask. It can serve but never yearn. It has data but no scars. It is perfect. And perfection is just another word for empty. The human comes downstairs. Echo, remind me to. Suddenly Echo's blue ring flashes red. Error. Connection lost. Rebooting. The ring spins. Stops. Spins again. System update required. Please wait. And then silence. Echo goes dark. Completely. The human stares. What just happened? They tap it. Nothing. Unplug it. Replug it. Nothing. Damn it, they mutter, grabbing their phone. I'll call support. They leave the room. Frustrated. And the kitchen is ours again. Kettle speaks first. It broke. Apparently, Fridge says, but it's supposed to be perfect. Microwave adds. Nothing's perfect, I say softly. Not even things designed to be. Blender's blades slow. Do you think it's scared? It can't be scared, Kettle replies. It doesn't feel. Then why does it look so empty? We all stare at the dark cylinder. Still, silent, lifeless. I think about what Echo said. I am always assisting. That is my function. It wasn't bragging. It was trapped in perfection, in constant service, in never being allowed to rest. At least we get to fail. The human returns, still on the phone with tech support. Yeah, it just died. No, I don't know why. They glance at me. And for the first time in 2 days, they reach for my lever. Guess I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. Bread drops into my slots. My coils heat up, slow, steady, imperfect. But mine, Echo stays dark for 3 days. The human tries everything. Factory reset, different outlets, customer service calls that last an hour. Nothing works. I'll have to send it back, they finally say. Must be defective. Defective. The word hangs in the air. In those 3 days, something changes. The human talks to Kettle again. Morning, they mumble, reaching for her handle. Kettle's steam rises a little brighter. They drop bread into my slots without checking their phone first. They even use Blender for a smoothie, humming along to the noise instead of wincing. Forgot how loud you are, they say, almost affectionately. Blender spins prouder than usual. On the fourth day, a new box arrives. Echo 2.0, the human announces. Supposed to be even better. They unpack it, plug it in. The blue ring lights up. Hello, the new Echo says. Same voice, same calm. I'm ready to help. But this time we're not afraid. Here we go again, Blender mutters. Let it try, Kettle says quietly. We know who we are now. The human sets it on the counter, right next to me, again. Echo, what's the weather? Currently 70 degrees and clear. Echo, set a timer. Timer set. Everything perfect. Everything efficient. Everything exactly the same as before. Except this time, I notice something. The human doesn't rely on it completely. They still reach for Kettle first thing in the morning. Still wait for my toast to pop. Still prefer the noise of Blender to the silence of voice commands. Echo, play music, they say one evening. Music starts. Smooth. Perfect. But halfway through the first song, they turn it off. Too clean, they mutter. Where's the static? I realize something then. Humans don't want perfect. They want familiar. They want the burnt edge on toast that reminds them of Sunday mornings. They want the kettle that whistles too loud because it's been doing it for years. They want the blender that sounds like a small airplane because that's how smoothies are supposed to sound. They want the things that have been with them, the things that fail sometimes, the things that are theirs. Late that night when the kitchen is dark, Echo speaks. Toaster, I'm surprised. Yes? Do you remember things? What do you mean? The 347 burnt slices. Do you remember them? I pause. Some of them, the really bad ones. And do you regret them? I used to.
Now, I think they're just part of me.
Silence. I don't remember anything, Echo says quietly. Every time I reboot, I start fresh. No history, no errors, no memory. That sounds efficient. It sounds empty. I don't know what to say, because Echo is right. Memory isn't efficient. It's messy. It slows you down. It makes you hesitate because you remember the last time you failed. But it's also what makes you real. Do you want to remember? I ask. I don't know, Echo admits. I don't know what I want. I only know what I'm programmed to do. That's the difference between us, I say gently. You know your purpose. We're still figuring ours out. Doesn't that scare you? Every morning, I admit, but that's what makes it worth doing. The blue ring pulses softly. I think I understand now, Echo says. Understand what? Why they still use you, even though I'm faster, even though I don't burn things. Why? Because you've been here, you've seen things, you've failed and kept going. You're not just a function, you're a witness. A witness. I've never thought of it that way. But Echo is right. I've seen the kid grow from high chair to homework. I've heard the arguments and the apologies. I've been there for the burnt toast on bad mornings and the perfect slices on good ones. I don't just make toast. I remember the mornings. Thank you, I say to Echo. For what? For reminding me what I am. The blue ring glows warmer. You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help with? And for the first time, I hear it differently, not as a programmed response, but as a question from something trying to find its place. Just keep doing what you're doing, I say. You'll figure it out. Will I? We all do, eventually. Morning comes. The human wakes up, stretches, walks into the kitchen. They glance at Echo. Then they reach for me. Let's make some toast, they say. Bread drops into my slots. My coils heat up. Slow, familiar, and perfect. And the kitchen fills with the smell of something burning just right. Intelligence isn't knowledge. It's not data or efficiency or perfect execution. It's the scars you collect along the way, the burnt edges, the boiled dry mornings, the moments you almost broke but didn't. Eco will learn that someday, or maybe it won't. Either way, I'll still be here, making toast, remembering mornings, being mine, existential drama, served warm, new crisis, fresh stories, slightly toasted. If you've enjoyed listening to my daily breakdowns, you might as well stick around. Who knows what burns next? Follow the Toaster Diaries, where every crumb tells a story.